Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back here. I know it's been a few day hiatus from the videos, but I've been traveling a bit. I'm not much of a vlog content creator, so I didn't really take you all along with me. So that's kind of why I've been AWOL here for a bit the past few days. But we're back. We're back from the trip. We're back on the YouTube grind here. And today another Skyrim, or not Skyrim, but an Elder Scrolls related video, like we've been doing kind of somewhat recently here. And as you can tell from the thumbnail, the topic of the video, and well, the entire thing, we're going to be talking about kind of when the Elder Scrolls 6 will come out, what's happening with the Elder Scrolls 6, because it's been a while. It has been a while. And obviously, with recent news, we saw yet another game from Bethesda kind of get released here or just today as I'm recording this, anyways, before the Elder Scrolls 6. And it's been one of those games almost on the level of like a GTA 6 type of thing with how long we've been waiting for this, and it's a sequel to such a well received and amazing game in the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim here, as you can see me playing. But yeah, it's been confusing to say the least, and I kind of just wanted to lend my thoughts and opinions and my perspective onto Bethesda and the Elder Scrolls 6 here. When is it going to come out? What's happening within that type of thing? So yeah, let's just hop right into it here. The Elder Scrolls 6 has been, something that we've been waiting for a long time. The Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, which I'm playing here right now, obviously it's had its fair share of re-releases and remasters, and of course, it's been memed to death how many times they've ported this game to every physical console that can play a video game like this in the history of the world. But it's a very old game regardless. The original Elder Scrolls game, not the remastered, not the anniversary edition or whatever, or not any of the ports. The original Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim came out a long time ago, you know, and I was trying to remember when GTA 5 came out, just see if it's been longer than that for the 5 to 6, the 5 to 6 for Elder Scrolls and GTA. But regardless, it's been out for a very long time, since the original version, anyways. And we really haven't gotten anything new from it, apart from some few breadcrumbs in the somewhat recent past here. And obviously, we weren't expecting an Elder Scrolls 6 game to come out anytime soon after the release of the Elder Scrolls 5. We figured it was, obviously they did some DLC with the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim and some ports and some remasters, and we knew that was going to be the flagship game for a while. So it wasn't anytime soon. Like it wasn't. It's not a COD, right? The next game shouldn't be coming out in the next year or two, type of thing. But we were expecting kind of a more of a like how do you say it? A more of a release schedule and release like a kind of blueprint or roadmap here, as well as just any more information on it somewhat frequently, because it's really the only, I guess you could say, concrete kind of teaser or evidence or really any hint at its fucking existence of the Elder Scrolls 6 was the official announcement teaser from Bethesda a little over 6 years ago, I believe now. It has been a long time since that's come out. And by the way, that's got to go down as one of the strangest marketing moves of all time there. Why you release an announcement teaser so far ahead of the actual release date of the game, which still hasn't been sent, of course. But spoiler into the rest of the video, we're looking at maybe another, 1 to 3 years. One being a fairly, liberal kind of uh, estimate there, and three being the more conservative end. But yeah, it's bad. Don't mind me dying a couple times in this clip footage. I didn't want to edit this out, but regardless, it's confusing. That's one of the strangest things of all time. It didn't show much. It was a cinematic flyover teaser trailer just to announce like, hey, we didn't forget about the game. We know it exists. We'll be working on it soon, and it'll be the next big thing to come out, after Fallout 76, which of course didn't turn out to be true. After Fallout 76, and they worked on that game for a bit. The next big project was Starfield, which has at best kind of a 50-50 mixed, kind of reaction to it there. Not super well received by any means there. And, even after that, we saw, okay, Starfield came out. It's been out for a bit here. All ship, all steam ahead, all power ahead towards the Elder Scrolls 6. Well, we just saw, literally as I'm talking, as of this day. And yesterday was the official announcement, so it was a very sudden thing, no build up whatsoever, just a surprise kind of announcement and release. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered that dropped today. So obviously it wasn't their next big thing on their docket. Obviously, the Oblivion remaster is not a huge thing. They didn't have to make an entirely new game necessarily. I'm not sure how you remaster a game, so maybe they fucking did, but I don't know. It's just odd. It's the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion gets remastered, which looks fantastic. Stay tuned for that. We'll be doing a video on that soon here. It's actually downloading as we speak. But regardless, it seems like as of now, as of us talking, that the Elder Scrolls 6, wherever the region is, we can rule out some, and we have a few favorites based off the teaser trailer they gave us forever ago. Should be the next big project that that Bethesda comes out with here. I mean, because it has to be, right. They've had, since the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, this game right here that we're showing, they've had what come out? They've had 2 Fallout games come out. They've ported both Skyrim and the Fallout games quite a bit since the original release, of course. They've had Prey come out. They've had Starfield come out. 2 big, distinct, not franchises, bread and butter to them, but 2 distinct franchises that Bethesda has released there in Prey and Starfield. Obviously, they're somewhat connected to Doom and that series, but that's more of like a parent publishing company type of thing. So I guess if you count that, they've had that as well. And stuff with Elder Scrolls Online is obviously continuously ongoing. But it begs the question, like, what have they been working on since Elder Scrolls 5? Like, what's that entire department? I'd imagine this entire department or studio, or a section of that. What have they been working on? They haven't really been doing much with the Elder Scrolls IP other than remastering it and re-releasing it and porting it onto different consoles. Even since the 6 years ago teaser announcement trailer for the Elder Scrolls 6, what have they been doing? It seems like nothing, because where is anything? We haven't gotten another trailer, or anything, or any footage of the game or anything from Bethesda since that trailer dropped. That's really the only actual evidence of the game being in existence over at Bethesda we have as of now. It's just confusing. I don't really understand where they're going with this. Why they released the teaser trailer so far? An announcement of even the release date isn't confirmed as of now. And go into where you think the game is going to be released here. Most estimates put it at about 1 to 3 years, either 2026 at the most. Idealistic, I guess you could say, all the way to 3 years for those more conservative estimates, which I'm kind of towards, leaning towards there, because with Bethesda, you have no idea. And even if it comes out 2026, it could get delayed to 27. Who really knows? It's going to be interesting to see when the actual release date happens for the Elder Scrolls 6. It's for when I think we're getting. I think it is the next big game up on Bethesda's docket. I think as we speak right now, most of their effort is on the Elder Scrolls 6. Obviously, they had this Oblivion remaster they want to go well, and I'm probably doing some stuff with that right now. But the next big project that most of the team is probably worried about and focusing on and working on is the Elder Scrolls 6, whatever region we go to. Because it has to be, right? You don't make another Fallout game before this Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. You don't make a sequel to Prey or Starfield before this comes out. You don't remaster another game unless they have Morrowind in the pipeline. Because again, this was a sudden announcement and release for the Oblivion remaster. You don't do any of that before the Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. So this company, what do they do but release Elder Scrolls 6 next? What did they have another like a unique IP like a Prey or Starfield come up? Because that's really the only other option. You can't continue any of your series until the Elder Scrolls 6 releases, in my opinion, anyways. I don't see how you can justify that, especially when people have been waiting just so long for it. Really, it's got to be the Elder Scrolls 6 next. I think that again, it's not officially confirmed, but it's pretty well understood and acknowledged that this is their big project now, and this is what they're working on, and this is the next thing they release, and everything like that. But at the same time, is it, is it going to be released this year? Almost certainly not. doing a surprise kind of rushed winter of like December of 2025 release for Skyrim or fuck the Elder Scrolls 6 would be very shocking to say the least. There's no way. I know they did almost no roll up or big press release for the Oblivion remaster, but again, that's a remastered game of a very old game. It's not a Starfield, it's not a Prey. They've done big releases and press build-ups and everything to every major game they've ever released. And the remastering games kind of subtly like this isn't like randomly out of nowhere, isn't new to them. Obviously, this game we're playing right now, Skyrim, has been ported and remastered several times, so, and they never did any big like public release and build up towards that. So that wasn't terribly shocking or like disconcerting to to see with the Elder Scrolls 6. But yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking. I think it'll be released at the earliest in 2026. What I think will really happen here is the Elder Scrolls 6 won't be released this year and it won't be released next year. I think 2027 is realistically the earliest you're going to get this. Maybe 2028 if they really want to do a big press release and build up to this and have just a ton of extra time to work on the game. But I would, if I had to make a bet right now, as far as what year I think this is going to get released, I think this gets released 2027 in the I'd say maybe September to December region here. So pushing up on 2028. That's when I think it gets released. The reason for it, I don't think 2025 or 2026 are years, but I think we'll see more stuff with this. Obviously, with the remaster of Oblivion, we have people shifted attention for Bethesda followers back to the Elder Scrolls universe. And from here, I think you build on that. I think the next trailer you release, the next gameplay footage or behind the scenes thing you release, the next press conference you have and answer questions at, all of it goes to the Elder Scrolls 6. All of it talks about the Elder Scrolls 6. 2025 and 2026 are going to be the press build-up years and the release date announcement for 2027 and the trailers and the press conferences and addressing fans and answering questions, building a web page for it maybe after you release the releasement date and everything, showing some art and stuff for the game and showing off some of the features and where it's going to be in the map for the game and all the mechanics and stuff like that. This next 2 years are going to be big build-up years, and 2027 is going to be the year it drops, in my opinion. Probably later in the year, but we'll see on that. You never know. That's just a more popular release window for what is going to be hopefully a blockbuster game sales-wise, and hopefully a great game performance and gameplay-wise. But we'll see on that with Bethesda's recent track record. They really haven't hit it big, I guess you could say since Prey, but in all realism, with Fallout 4 was the last big success they had, both financially and like review and gameplay wise of how good it is. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Elder Scrolls 6 wherever they go for the region. I don't. It's just Elder Scrolls 6 at this point. When it will be released, what the plan is, what they're doing with it. Because as of now, yeah, we just have the teaser trailer, but it from everything we've seen reported should be the next big game they're working on right now as we speak. And getting that ready for release maybe in 2027, all the way to 2028 possibly. I'd be surprised if it was 2026, but we'll see. But yeah, that's about it for my thoughts and opinions on that whole situation. Hopefully, I didn't ramble and mumble and everything too long incoherently there, and you can kind of follow that. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the whole situation or when you think it'll release in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed the video and the channel as a whole, I'd encourage you to subscribe, like the video, and share it with your friends. It definitely goes a long way and helps, and is as always very appreciated as is your view. But yeah, I'll see you guys later and take it easy.